Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. I'm going to be sharing a 12 by 12 scrapbooking process with you today. You can just see there I've used my silhouette to cut out some snowflakes on my white cardstock, and now I'm taking a piece of this really gorgeous pattern paper from the Snow Fun collection from Carta, and I'm going to use that to back my layout and my cut files here with the white cardstock. Now, I really love that backside of this paper too, but I actually have two sheets of this paper. So I was thinking, oh, do I want to use these cut aparts? And then I decided that I just really liked this, and I do have two sheets of it. So I'm going to use this one as the backing for those snowflakes. And then the other one, the other pattern paper I showed you there that is the lighter blue, I'm going to use as another layer on this layout. So I just kind of eyeballed with my silhouette where I thought I wanted those snowflakes to be. If I was to do this again, I might place them a little bit differently, but generally speaking, I just wanted to give that impression of the snowflakes in the background. So some of them do get covered up, and that's just the way it goes. So now I'm taking this really gorgeous vellum paper. This is from Stampin' Up, I think, and it has the snowflake pattern on it in silver foil. And I just really love this, and I like how it looks with this layout, with the snowflake theme. Now, you're gonna laugh. I end up sticking this picture of Bailey down on here upside down. And I realize it later that it looks like she's, hanging from a rope or something there. So I end up later turning that the other way around, but maybe too much coffee. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to use the vellum paper as a photo layer here for this layout. So I just stuck those photos down onto the vellum with some foam tape, just because I wanted them to have a little bit of lift off of the layout. And then I'm going to just use some of the other pattern papers from the Snow Fun collection to do the layers for the rest of the layout. So this collection is absolutely gorgeous, and the papers, if you've worked with Carta paper before, you know that it has that really gorgeous texture to it, and it's such a nice weight, and I really love it. I love everything about this line. It's so gorgeous. So I just took this really, really light blue pattern paper with the snowflakes on it, and I'm just going to tear that. I'm going to tear it from the back side just so that the ripped side has more of the white on it on the front, if you know what I mean. And I really like how that looks, and I'm going to just do that so that it has a little more texture to it. I just like that too with the idea of the snow. It almost kind of looks like it has a snowy edge on it, and I like that. So I'm going to use this red, and it's actually kind of a cream, but it's not too cream that it doesn't, it looks fine with the white cardstock. So I decided to use that for a layer on this layout as well, just because I really like that pop of the red, and it looks really pretty with the tones of blue in this layout. Now I'm just trying to decide where I want that red paper to be, and I end up changing that a little bit here as the layout goes along. But as it turns out, I really love how that red looks on there. I think it just adds a really nice pop of color. So I'm going to just sort of play around with the snowflakes that are part of that cut file from Silhouette. And I just am going to kind of decide what I want to do with those and where I would like to put them. Now you can see that I have cut that red paper in half, and then I just took a brown paper bag and I ran it through my Big Shot with this embossing folder, and I just embossed that snowflake pattern on that brown paper bag. And I mean, honestly, who doesn't have a brown paper bag laying around, right? I keep all of that stuff in a spot in my storage in my craft room, just because I really like, I don't know, it's neat. It adds another little bit of texture, right, to your layout. And I am going to add a few craft accents to this layout as well, just because I think it looks really nice with that blue and that red. So I just cut that red paper in half, and I am just going to extend it a little bit from end to end here, so that it does look like one continuous piece. And I actually could have cut a little more off of that and saved a little bit more of that paper, but I wasn't really too worried about it, just because, like I said, I do have a fair bit of this paper. So I'm just going to lift up, just fold up the edges of those papers a little bit there too. And I've added some sewing around all the way around the perimeter of the white cardstock. Now I do have the chipboard sheet for this collection and I absolutely love it. And this is a little banner, obviously here, that says Snow Fun on it. And that's really going to be the title for the layout. I'm not going to do any other title work. I just thought that that was enough, and I didn't want to sort of belabor that any further. I'm just taking some of the die cuts and some of the other little bits and pieces of the collection and trying to figure out where else I can incorporate that into the layout. So I've taken a few of the little die cuts. I took that one little snowflake there. I've got it just on my table on the bottom there. You'll see me bring that up here right away. I just ended up putting a little silver snowflake brad in the center of that, just because I wanted to bring that silver in a little bit more again. And you can see that snowflake die cut at the top. I just popped a brad through that as well, and those are all from this same collection. And the brads in this collection have silver on them, so I just kind of went with that same silver theme. Now I'm just going to pop that die cut down there, and I'm going to stick a little chipboard circle on it. And there's that snowflake that I was talking about before. It actually was a square, and I just cut that out with a circle punch, and then like I said, I just popped that silver snowflake brad in the center of it, and I'm just going to get that brad affixed in that snowflake die cut there. And that little the little brad that I'm putting in the center of that snowflake has a snowflake on it in white. And I have a lot of snowflakes on this layout, just repeating that same snowflake theme. I thought I might use this little wooden clothespin, but it doesn't end up making the final cut in the layout. So I'm just trying to remember what I did next. Oh yes, I just found a couple of little wood veneer snowflakes in my stash, and I added those in a couple spots on the layout. So I'm going to take another one of those snowflake die cuts from my silhouette cut file, and I'm going to add that down there in the bottom corner, and just to create another little bit of a cluster there, although I really don't do anything more there. I just wanted to cover up where all of those different corners of those papers came together, and put that snowflake there, and that's another little wood veneer snowflake in the center of that one as well. And just trying to create a little bit more interest with a few other little bits and pieces around the layout. And then I'm thinking I would also like to really add a little bit of string to this layout. I've been doing that lately. I don't know, it's funny how you kind of get stuck in a groove with doing some things on your layouts, and the last few layouts I've done, I think I've added string to them. So I wanted to add a little bit, but I wasn't really sure what. And then it dawned on me that I should bring that craft in again. So I just added a little bit of craft twine here, looped it around, and then just created a little bow. And now I'm just cutting off those edges of the string underneath there. So I'll just put that little bow there. And I liked how that looked. And just like I said, it adds just a little bit more detail and interest, and it brings that craft back in again. So I think I just have a couple more little embellishments that I'm going to do here, and then I'm also going to add my journaling. Now this is a sticker sheet for the collection, which is also very cute, and I'm going to think about adding a couple of little stickers here. I think I only end up adding just that one snowflake in the darker navy blue, and I'm going to add another little brad down on the bottom there in red, just to bring a little bit more of the red in, simply because the only place there's red on the layout so far is that red patterned paper as my layer in the center. So you're just going to see me finish up here with the journaling, and I'm going to show you what the layout looks like when it's all finished. I've got a few little still shots at the end if you want see some close-ups, and that's going to be the end of my process here. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Hope it inspired you to get using up some of those winter photos and winter collections that you have in your stash. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.